Hey everybody, it's Tammy, and today I just wanted to kind of go through something that I've been working on for, well, years at this point, and it is this little display for all of my kind of rare collectible masks, or at least most of them. And I thought I would take you through a little journey of how I acquired each of these kind of masks. And yeah, but first a quick breakdown of this whole frame. I am struggling to get it in frame. It is made of, here we go. It's made of a bunch of, so these, each row has two 10 length axles and one 8 length axle, and I'm using these more recent, smoother connectors because I think they just look better. And then with these angle connectors, I am using a series of 12 length axles here, and each one of those does about 2 rows before you hit an extender here. In fact, this is probably the bit that I'm most open to changing in the future because I think it possibly needs a little bit of support in the middle, although it seems to be holding on pretty well. And the design for this I've made it is so it's really easy to essentially just pop off the head and the mask together. Then I can rearrange it really easily. It's just not focusing on the Vahi. There we go. Gorgeous mask. So moving on to the masks themselves, the gold and silver sort of matte masks are probably one of the most straightforward ones because they came in the Krana packs in 2002, I believe, and it was really just a case of getting lucky with those and getting the whole collection. I think I probably needed to trade through BZ Power to get the last few back in the day. I have currently not got my silver Kakama because I sold it to sell a whole pack, but that's fine, I'll get another one soon. So that's the first 2 rows. Moving on to the second 2 rows, this one's a little bit out of order, but they're mostly centered around 2001 as well. I'll go right to left. So this is obviously the Infected How. This comes in the Muraka and Kanera Rahi set, but I was really fortunate and also really confused actually because these were actually available in the 2001 mask packs, but they were really rare, and I don't even know if I knew it existed when I suddenly had one pop out of a mask pack back in 2001. I was very confused. But that's very nice. These are the copper masks of victory. So there are 2 variations of the Huna. There's a translucent one and a more opaque one. The opaque one is associated with Europe and the transparent one is the US. I can't actually remember which one this is right now. I'll see later. I've got both variants anyway, and the Kamau is definitely more rare. But I got both of these in a pack at Legoland Windsor because they had a big old Bionicle event in 2001 and I saw these on sale. I honestly don't know how much I paid for them, like maybe £8? I honestly can't remember, £12 possibly. I just thought they looked nice and they've just stayed in my collection ever since. Moving on to the Vahi. I love the Kanohi Vahi. So this was really difficult, well, impossible to get in the UK, like through any legit means, I think. So when I got into BZ Power in the mid-2000s, this was like the first mask I got from like a trade in America, and I just remember the day I got it. Like I'd seen it on the back of the mask packs, and I'd seen pictures and stuff, but just getting it in person, it was so exciting because I am a nerd. And then moving on to the gold version of the Vahi from 2004, that I think I also had to trade for that because we didn't have the promotion in the UK that gave us that. I think the value of this one's fallen down in the years. This one's suddenly gone way back up. But yeah, I love me the Vahi, and I've given it a dark, like I've basically made it kind of the colour scheme of Toa Vakama's head, just with the matte style so that it sticks on better. And then this is the Ignika, which I've really just kind of stuck on using a temporary method. So I've told this story before, but I basically conned Lego into giving me this mask. It was 2009 and I used their parts replacement service and said, oh, I got this set, I think it was the Toa Matanui set, but oh no, it didn't come with this piece, can you send it to me? And they just sent me a brand new one absolutely free. Which, like, fuck them, they're a corporation. They decided to put something that we really wanted behind a hugely expensive and mostly pointless set. So, if they're going to make us invest in the storyline and things like that, at least they could do is make these kind of highly sought after collectibles, like, a bit more accessible to people. So, screw them. And then moving on to this row. So the TNGM, the Trans Neon Green Miru. a much loved mask. I got this at the event in Legoland Windsor as well in 2001. I went up with all of my masks that I had at the time because I remember it saying that you could like swap your Kanohi out, because the staff, they had these badges with like little matter heads on, and they all had like masks on them, like different ones, and so you could go up to them during the day to take up. So I took up, like, I had some spare box standard masks from the Kanohi packs, but they were just the ones that you get in the Toa sets anyway. So I just went up to this guy because I saw he had this awesome mask. I was like, here's a white Akaku, can I give you, and you give me that? And yeah, I got one of these, and I think I possibly even got two over the day, I'm not sure, but I always loved that mask. And then I'm going to jump quickly to the Sparkly Evoki, just because the Sparkly Mask of Light, just because it's kind of the most easy to get one, I guess. It's in a set, but obviously I didn't really have anywhere else to put it, so it's not that hard to get hold of, but you know, it's here for completion. And then we have the Infected Haunuva, or Contaminated Haunuva, sources vary. This is the green forehead version, which is my personal favourite. I do actually have the green striped version of this that also exists, and there is also just a red forehead version, but I think this version just looks best. And then I have the only two silver Kanohi Nuva that I have at this point. I've had this one for years. I can't remember where I got it, probably just a trade. And this one I got in a lot fairly recently. I believe the kind of Miru Nuva is probably the easiest to get hold of and the cheapest. But yes, I may have owned more in the past. I honestly can't remember. I think I might have had like the silver Cow Nuva and Kakama Nuva, but I went through a period where I sold a bunch of stuff and I'm now regretting it, and I think there's a lot of us in that boat. And then finally, I've got my Krana here, which I don't know if I'll always have them on this display, but for the time being, I thought it'd be nice to have all of the Krana Char, is that how you pronounce it? The XA? I don't think it's Zar, because there's already Zar and Char. So along the top, I've got all of the standard Bow-Rock versions, and then at the bottom, I've got the Bow-Rock Cowl versions, the metallic ones. And honestly, I think they look really cool with the glowing eyes. These two are kind of depowered versions from the Bow-Rock Fire. I might do an extra row here for them, but I'm just stuck them here for the time being. As I say, this is a work in progress. Oh, I did originally also, when I started building this, I'm trying to find a way of making the great discs maybe go around the top or something. That's, you know, they're here for now, and these are additional rows ready for slotting in at the bottom when the time comes. But yeah, that's I don't think that's everywhere. I think I've got a Shadow Krater somewhere, and I've got various kind of uncommon masks from the Muktoran and Rahi, and a couple of misprints that you've seen in other videos. And then let me now show you the very special display method I have for my like coloured Kanohi and Kanohi Nuva. Here are my regular Kanohi and Kanohi Nuva. Do you like it? I might go through that in a future video or something, but that's it. Yeah, hope this has been enjoyable, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye!